Vamos Fuego! And that is number 2 for Carlos Alcaraz. Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. Amazing watching the 2-1 underdog get the victory here. 2-1 underdog, guys. That's a beautiful number. You gotta love it. But watch out, guys. The algorithm changes. But historically, 2-1 number is just, it's not a good number for a favorite. Now, Carlos Alcaraz, he literally dropped the first set in blowout fashion, 6-1. And what had happened was he started to use his athletic ability. Just the younger, more physical player. I mean, you even saw his strength. Listen, I want to congratulate Carlos for working on that serve. 9 aces. He's been serving amazing lately. And look, as he continues to get older and progress, and his mental IQ on the court improves, this guy is going to dominate tennis. Number 2, age of 20. Listen, guys. Will he hit 20 plus Grand Slams? Without a doubt. I think we're watching the greatest tennis player of all time pass the torch. That's what's happening. I could see Carlos Alcaraz for the next 10 years. All he's got to do for the next 10 years, by the time he's 30, is win 2 slams a year. Right? What about the French Open and Wimbledon? Now, historically, he hasn't had much experience on grass, but he dominated this grass season. That's it. Look, French Open and U.S. Open the next 10 years. This guy he's going to retire with the most slams ever. He's too athletic, guys. And look, congratulations to Novak. I just felt today his age showed a little bit. And look, no disrespect. Look, 35 years old, he's going to 36. The guy's amazing. He's by far my greatest male tennis player of all time. He's the GOAT, without a doubt. But today, you clearly saw the youth of Alcaraz just take over. You saw just all the slips and falls on this surface. This surface is abhorrent, by the way, right? But from all the slips and falls, I think it finally got to Novak. It just wore him down. Look, having to get up off of the grass 10 plus times, that wears you down, guys. And I just think the forehand, he started to speed Novak up, playing faster, and you saw Novak couldn't keep up. Now, it takes time, right? We saw how many matches has Carlos had to retire and withdraw from due to injury or cramping or fatigue or abdominal injuries or something, right? His stamina, in my opinion, hasn't been there because he's just getting adjusted to the tour. Taking on someone like Novak, who's been on the tour for decades, right? 2+ decades, we're literally seeing that Novak, he's just running out of gas. His Father Time is undefeated. Without a doubt, Father Time is undefeated. And here is just the more youthful player won the championship. That's really what it came down to. Now, if this was best of 3, Novak, I think he wins Wimbledon, but that's not Wimbledon, right? It's the best of 5. Now, the best of 3, to be honest with you, I think Novak, the way he came out, he exuded a lot of energy. He wins the first set 6-1. Carlos possibly wins the second set in the tiebreak, but we see a different game plan in the third set. Now, let's take a look at that third set, right, where Novak went over and had the argument with the chair umpire. That deuce game, that service game, literally lasted 20 minutes. And of course, we know the lock here was the time in this match, right? Over 3 hours. The reality is this match nearly went 5 hours. But I think that service game wore him out. I don't think Novak was the same after that. Now, he would win the 4th set, but we saw in the 5th set, again, Novak falling more on the grass. And look, did the surface cost him this victory in terms of just being too slippery? After he fell and got broken, he never recovered. But congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz. That's number 2. Guys, he's 20 years old. All he has to do is win 2 slams a year for the next 10 years. He could do that. French Open, U.S. Open, mix into Wimbledon, 3 occasionally. Now, a lot of subscribers, they like to say that the tour is going to the taller male, like, Stefanos, Chris Eubanks, Taylor Fritz, Hubert, H². A lot of the taller guys are going to dominate the tour, and I don't think so. I think Carlos Alcaraz is going to dominate the tour, and it's refreshing seeing a younger guy, shorter guy, he's 6 foot, dominate the tour. And if you ask me, it's speed, athletic ability. That's going to beat a giant any day. Yeah, the giants will hold serve, they'll blast aces, but when Carlos is blasting 9 aces a match, with his athletic ability, his fast play, his disguising the slice and the drop shot, his skill, he's only going to get better, guys. And there it is. That's your champion. That's your champion. Second Wimbledon, second title, first Wimbledon. He's a U.S. Open champion. And I'm excited, guys. Carlos Alcaraz, what the future has for him, amazing.